What's happening, guys? Time for a small portion of my collection to be shown, and I wanted to kind of go through my N64 games. Now, whilst I've been thinking about a kind of question of quality over quantity when you're collecting retro, and whilst my N64 games don't add up to the calibre of Finn Gamer's collection, I personally feel that we've got some quality titles right here. So, let's take a look. Okay, kicking off then, guys, we've got a PAL copy of Doom 64, a classic port on a classic console. I've really enjoyed this. I only recently played it for the first time. I think it was on Halloween, and I was incredibly impressed. The Doom series lost its way for me a little bit. I'm highly anticipating Doom 4 on the next gen consoles, but this bad boy is fantastic, and if you guys don't own it, I suggest you kind of taking a look, see if you can find it somewhere, because it's definitely worth grabbing a copy of this bad boy. So that's PAL. A lot of what you're going to see now is NTSC. So we've got Yoshi's Story, a very cute addition to the Mario series, I feel. You play as Yoshi, and the aim of the game is to save baby Mario from baby Bowser. Everything's kind of shrunken, everything's miniature. It's really cute, it's really quirky. It's a fantastic game, and I really like how the NTSC artwork spreads right to the edge of all the boxes, whereas PAL have this kind of horrible boxed in artwork with horrific borders, but these NTSC games look absolutely stellar. I have two NTSC N64 consoles and one PAL, by the way. Next up, everybody's favourite, Mario Kart 64. Now this for me was one of the last incredibly great and fantastic and memorable Mario Kart games. Again, I do feel that it's lost its way a little bit because it's introducing new concepts, and I don't think we needed that many new concepts on Mario Kart games. This kind of sticks with a lot of themes that I enjoyed from the SNES era. I really love this game. It's absolutely fantastic. I've been playing it a lot on my JXD over the last couple of weeks. Another fun racing game, multiplayer, is Diddy Kong Racing. You can go up to 4 players on Diddy Kong. Again, this is on NTSC. It's incredibly fun. I've completed this a few times. I owned it on a PAL version when it came out back in 1999, 2000, around that time. Still a fantastic addition to the N64. Must own if you do collect. Okay, Mario 64 then, guys. All of these games, may I just say, have everything in inserts, leaflets, warranty, etc, etc. Really nice part of my collection is this. And as we know, coming back to Mario 64, it's a 3D platform game, the first of its kind, incredibly impressive, very popular on the N64. I believe it was a launch title. I think it was a launch title. I think it was a real gamble, but it paid off. It definitely paid off. Now again, we're talking NTSC. Hockey's not so big over here, but it is in the States. Wayne Gretzky's 3D Hockey. I've actually not played this title. I think I said that when I did the initial reveal of these, of this particular haul. But you know, some people do like it. I'm not a huge fan. Don't know what you guys think. Okay, Twisted Edge Extreme Snowboarding then. You'll see here that I do have a copy of 1080 snowboarding as well, which I do prefer over this, but nonetheless this is still quite a fun snowboarding game. It doesn't quite live up to the calibre of cool, I was going to say Cool Borders, Cool Borders on the PlayStation. It's not as fun, but still it's definitely worth picking up a copy. It's quite rare, you don't see it over here. I don't know if it got a PAL release, so if it did then it's rare, but if it didn't then, you know, I'm glad to have it. Blast Corps. Again, when I'd not played this until I bought this, well, until Jess bought this back for me for my collection, but it's incredibly fun. I really enjoyed it. It's very fast, very, you know, it's great. I might do a review on it actually, we'll see. I might do a review on Blast Corps. Another classic series on the cartridge, on the N64, on the cartridge era. Turok. I think there were definitely two releases of Turok. I don't know if there was a third. I'm not sure, I could be thinking of something else. But this is definitely a fun shooter. It's really cool. Again, when I first played this back on the original release, I wasn't sure if I was going to like it. But definitely, you know, Turok Dinosaur Hunter did it for me. Not a fan of Tom Cruise, not even really a particular fan of Mission Impossible. But again, it's here in the collection. really cheesy kind of phrasing on the back, prepare to enter into the most demanding and dangerous mission impossible ever. Your mission, should you decide to accept it, should it not be if you choose to accept it. So, you know, a bit kind of cheesy here, and this guy on the back looks nothing like what Tom Cruise did in the movie. So a bit of a cop-out in my opinion. NBA Hang Time. Got some beautiful artwork on the front here, guys. Incredibly fun game. Again, doesn't quite live up to the NBA series back on the 16-bit era, but nonetheless a belting title to own. I like playing that 2-player as well, it's loads of fun. Right, a fun racer now, guys. Extreme G. Twist, turn and burn is the phrase it uses on the back. So looking at that, you know, if I'd never played this, I'd have read that and thought, yeah, this game looks quite fun. The thumbnails on the back look pretty cool, and again, it's kind of a little bit reminiscent of Wipeout for me in that it's very fast paced. There's lots of cool colour saturation, and it's quite a cool game to play. Banjo-Kazooie. I think, yeah, I mean, first introduced on to, the character onto the N64 with this game. We've since seen Banjo make appearance on the Xbox 360, and I do believe there was a follow-up, Banjo Tootie, which is quite expensive actually. Nonetheless, this is a great action, third-person adventure puzzle game, incredibly fun, and, you know, for me, when I first played this, I saw a little bit of the Zelda series, the later Zelda games, Ocarina, etc. The camera panning, the immersive worlds, you know. So this game for me is quite nostalgic because it reminds me of hints of Zelda games. Already mentioned this, guys. Bit of 1080. So much fun playing this game back in the day. So much fun. It's not rare. You know, you guys can pick it up quite cheap if you've not got a copy. But, you know, again, fantastic fun. I don't really know what else to say about 1080 because it's just goddamn fun. That's all it is. It's just real fun to play this. Next title, guys, is Wave Race. So what was I say? Kawasaki Jet Ski. So a bit of branding on there, I presume. Kawasaki maybe has some sponsorship on this. But yeah, this was also released on the PlayStation. It's an incredibly fun racing jet ski game. Quite difficult to control. I often have to kind of change the sensitivity when I'm playing because I'm absolutely crap on it. I have to lower the sensitivity as much as possible to steer the jet ski without crashing into other people. But it's awesome. I've had loads of fun on this. And you know, I've not played it for a while. I feel like I'll probably have a go later or something. Right, guys, Star Fox 64. Belting game. With this you get the Rumble Pack, so this is the big box release of Star Fox 64. Again, a classic series that was released on the Super Nintendo way back in the 90s, making great use of the Super FX chip, and naturally that bled onto the N64, and I think it's been a phenomenal series, and Fox and his team are incredibly iconic throughout the Nintendo franchise. And you know, this is definitely a welcome addition to my N64 collection. So you know, I think that's great. Beautiful condition as well. A couple of unboxed games then, guys. The Gold Cart edition. This is NTSC. There is a very rare PAL edition Gold Cart of Ocarina of Time, I'm told. It was at Play, but it was an absolute rip-off. But I have the gold edition in this funky box of Ocarina of Time. Also in a funky box there is All-Star Baseball 2001, which is not a huge sport over here, but again this is an NTSC cart, so there it is, and it's red and it's cool. Final game, guys, is the best till last, arguably, GoldenEye, a launch title on the N64, one of the best multiplayer games on the market. You cannot go wrong with this. The film is fantastic as well. It's Pierce Brosnan's best film of the Bond series. Go and buy it, go and play it, go and watch it. There we go. Buy, watch, play. Fantastic, guys. Brilliant. Now, just behind me there are 3 PAL titles, but the boxes are absolutely shot to bits, so that's why they're there. But there is Top Gear Rally, F1 Grand Prix and South Park Rally. So all races actually. I'm not a huge racing fan, but I think these were quite cheap from Car Boots, and I think one came out of the What's in the Box video that I did. So there we go, there's the N64 collection. Like I say, some quality titles over the quantity. I'm the Gebs24. Please check the links in the description. Hit me up on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter. Go and check the links. Read my blog on juicygamereviews.com as well. I'll be back soon for another video. Take care.